5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome to Insight. This is Coach Mickey Clayton, the host, and we're here today with a young lady from FAMU DRS. She's coaching over there. Her name is Ericka Cromartie. We're going to come back and let you get a chance to talk to her, find out about what she's doing over there at FAMU DRS, the outstanding program that she's inheriting, how she plans to keep it going. She's an exciting person to talk to. A lot of history about basketball and having played at her alma mater. She's going to be interesting for you to talk to. But we're going to come to you first and tell you a little bit about the things that we do every week. You know, we always have two guys that come to us and give us a background. We have Rick Brown from the Lakeland Ledger. He tells us about people on the pros. And then we have Billy Boy. He comes and tells us about his locker room rant, college sports, and what's going on. So they're going to give us their version of what's going on in their show. And first, we're going to have Rick Brown from the Lakeland Ledger talking to us.
Hey, what's up, fam? Hey, Coach, I know you watched that Thursday night game between Cleveland and Cincinnati on Thursday Night Football. I mean, I have to give it to you. The Browns look like a real strong team. I have to admit it. But tell me this. Why are the Bengals so wishy-washy? I mean, especially on national TV. I mean, if you play your games on Sunday afternoons at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock, the Bengals look almost unbeatable. But once you cut on those lights, whether it's Thursday night or Monday night or Sunday night, the Bengals become the Cubs. I mean, they just lose their stripes. I mean, listen to this. In the last 14 primetime games, Cincinnati has lost 12 of those games. That's not getting it done, folks. Not at all. Now, I know pressure can bust pipes, but it can also make diamonds. The Bengals need to learn how to make diamonds if they ever want to challenge for a title. That's it for me. Follow me on Twitter at RickBrown91. For insights, I'm Rick Brown. Back to you, Coach.
Well, at least you acknowledge the fact that the Browns are doing good, especially with you being a Redskin fan, Rick. So, you know, you and me not...
Coach Clayton, this your main man, Billy Boy. I'm going to talk to you today in the locker room rant about domestic violence, but this time from a different side. I'm going to talk to you about Hope Solo. You know Hope Solo. That's the soccer girl that got into a tussle with her sister and her nephew, and they talk about domestic violence charges and how she shouldn't be allowed to participate, and comparing it to Ray Rice and Adrian Peterson. And that ain't the same thing right there. I don't care what you say. That just ain't the same thing. Yeah, they got in a scrap, but they got so sensitive now that you can't even have a good family scrap. If you had one of them good old scraps that we raised up here having all the time, man, everybody would have been in jail by now. Mother, father, daddy, sister, uncle, cousin, everybody, just because they had a little scrap. Now they want to take away the young lady livelihood. Just a little bit too much for me. That's just my opinion on it. On the locker room rant, this Billy Boy, I don't think it's that much of a big deal. And the show ain't the same as Ray Rice hitting his fiancée or Adrian Peterson with his child. They just had a little family scrap. Let's call it a day. Go on out to the shed and get it done. All right. Locker room rant. Holla!
Ericka, you an only child or you have brothers and sisters?
I'm the youngest of 3 girls.
Did y'all fight?
No.
Y'all never had a fight?
Never had a fight.
Now that's special. Your mama and daddy must have did a real good job with y'all, so y'all never had a fight. It was 3 boys. We fought all the time.
Really?
Oh yeah, we fought all the time. We had a rule. You couldn't really hit each other in the face. And my younger brother hit me in the lip one time and broke the window trying to run out the house. Because if I cut it, it'd have been on then for real.
Yeah.
When my mother came home, all of us were sitting in the house crying. Mama, even the one who wasn't in the fight, he was crying because we knew we were going to get it. Yeah, now they call it assault. Now they call it assault. We're not even talking about, I probably would have been arrested for assault with my daughters because I had to put some discipline on them, but probably would have been in jail. Rules a little different now.
Kids are a little different now.
They say kids are a little different now. They probably need to be grabbed a little bit now.
Yes.
We're going to come back. We're going to close out this first part. And we're going to come back and really find out about Coach Cromartie. the youngest, the baby girl. I don't know, them baby girls, they're a little special on them alone. His Insights taking a break. We'll be back.
Go by Formals by Vince if you want the freshest, tightest tuxedos and suit wear, not only in Tallahassee, but the Panhandle area. You want to go by there. Let Vince hook you up. He's the man. Burlington Coat Factory is located next to it and located in the Tallahassee Mall. Go by Formals by Vince. They fit them all, the big and the tall. Coach Clayton will testify to that. Formal wear by Vince, proud sponsor of Insights.
Well, I guess we're not getting a countdown tonight. Boys, this is my sister producer right here. And this is Insights that we have with Coach Ericka Cromartie. Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and being from FAMU High.
Well, I was born and raised in Tallahassee, Florida. I attended FAMU DRS from my first grade year to my 12th grade year. I played basketball there from my 5th grade year to my 12th grade year. Played varsity starting from my 7th grade year to my 12th grade year. And I was a team captain my junior and senior year.
Who did you play for? Who was your coach?
Coach Adolph Hicks.
Okay. Coach LeCount came after that?
He was before Coach Hicks.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Okay. How many state championships y'all won?
We won none, but we went to the state tournament twice. My sophomore year, my senior year.
Okay. With FAMU High history, I need you to tell everybody a little bit about the history of DRS, because y'all have won like probably more state girls championships than anybody in the area.
Exactly. I know we hold 2 of the last 4 years.
2 in the last 4 years? Okay. And out of that, you've had young ladies go pretty much everywhere. Did you play in college?
I did. I played at Miles College in Birmingham, Alabama.
Did you play at Miles?
I did.
Dexter Martin.
Y'all know Dexter Martin.
He was after you, before you?
Much before.
Said much before you.
Yes.
And he walking around with his Miles College shirts on all the time.
Yes.
And then Billy Joe went to Miles College after that, worked as a football coach. Okay. What kind of success did you have at Miles?
I was freshman player of the year my freshman year. And
No, coach, you was freshman player of the year as a freshman?
Yes.
Or freshman player of the year as a junior?
Freshman player of the year as a freshman.
Okay, go ahead.
And I was the MVP my senior year.
Okay. What did you major in?
Communications.
Okay. Now, when you were at DRS, what were some of the things that you took from playing at FAMU High throughout your career?
The sisterhood. We all got along. We all played together. We started young, and we worked our way up as seniors. And it was just the camaraderie that we got as teammates and also as sisters.
Sister. Was your college team a lot like that?
No. I'm thinking because we all came from different areas and we had different goals and agendas, so we played together, but it wasn't the bond that we had in high school.
Okay. Now tell me, when did it dawn on you that you wanted to coach?
After I graduated from Miles College, I came back to Florida State to pursue a master's in physical education, and Coach Hicks was coach at Leon at the time, and he asked me to come be his assistant, and I came. At that time, I realized that I wanted to work with young ladies in basketball.
Okay. And Coach Hicks, how much did he change from when you played to?
He hasn't changed at all. At all.
Okay. What did you learn from Coach Hicks in terms of how to relate to young ladies and things like that?
Make it personable, help them realize that the goal is achievable, and just show them the small steps to get to the goal.
Okay. What is the biggest difference between the young ladies then and the young ladies now?
I would say respect factor. Back then, your parents instilled that as players, but now it's more so the girls having to see it, I guess, from the coaches. But my mom, she made sure that you respect your adults. But now the students try to find respect as they go along.
What do you mean? Are the parents more active with the program or less active than we? Do you think that plays a part in it? Is that the same thing you see in the classroom, that the parents aren't as?
Some students and some are active, but some parents are not active.
And that has something to do in terms of the lack of discipline that you see with a lot of the kids now?
Yes, parent involvement is key.
Okay. What do you do to get your parents involved?
Communication. A lot of the parents, I email them, call them, let them know what's going on. A lot of the times the parents, if they're not involved, they kind of shy away. So if you let them know what's going on, you get more out of them.
Okay. It's Insights. We're going to take a break. Follow us on iHeart, follow us on Spreaker, Facebook, follow us everywhere. INSIIGHTS, 2 eyes in the middle. It's Insights. We're taking a break. We'll be back with Coach Cromartie. You did good. I didn't even get to the question I had. I don't need to get to it. Okay, when she was doing that, she was telling me we had 2 minutes. So. Okay.
We know when you're ready.
Okay.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And this is Insights. And we're back with Coach Cromartie. Coach, you inherited a team that went to the state last year, the year before last. You inherit with a program with a lot of pressure on you to be successful. How do you handle that?
Just take it one day at a time. Only control what I can control. At the same time, make sure I do all I can to make sure the girls are successful.
Okay. How do you feel about this year's team?
Feel very, very, very good. I think we will win state this year. I think it's going to take some dedication and hard work, but it is capable.
Okay. You lost a sizable contributor to your program. You had some seniors that left. How do you replace them?
Just letting the girls understand that one person does not run a team. I think this year we can move the ball around a lot more teamwork. It's not just one person that's leading everything. Each person brings their own aspect to the team. So I think now you'll see a better teamwork effort, and overall great teamwork together.
Okay, from watching you early last week, I was really impressed with what I saw.
Thank you.
I thought they executed real well, considering that you were just putting a system in. The one thing, they did seem to have that kind of swagger that championship teams have. They kind of have that swagger, like you really have to bring your game if you're gonna beat us.
Yeah, myself and Coach Milan, we coach that. We make sure they understand that we're one of the best teams in the area. They have to show that and play like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They seem to get along pretty good. You know, they seem to, on the floor they would cheer for each other. Somebody scored a basket, they would say something to them. Somebody gave a pass, they would say something. And I know it has to be hard to come behind Coach Ali. He had a real good program, but at least the cover didn't bear. At least you still have some players that could really play.
Yes, and I think the fact that I am a female and I'm working with females is a little better. I can relate to them. I can tell them my experiences, and they can understand how what it takes to get to where I am.
Okay. How do you handle the recruitment process? Because you have a couple of people that get recruited, and some higher than others. But you have one young lady, Jasmine Jones, that is being sought after by everybody.
Just be visible, communicate with the coaches, and just make sure they understand the program that we're running, and also they understand that the caliber of the players that we have. They ask me questions, I give them a heartfelt answer, and just keep them involved in the program.
What do you do to help try to prepare them for college? Because for yourself, it was even an adjustment when you went to Miles and played. Do you talk to them about that at all? Or?
I talk to them, and I also put them in situations where they're playing players that's better than them. So when they get to college, they can see the competition and how it changes. I have them watch film so they can see just how players are playing at that level, so they can be motivated with how the girls play.
Okay, so more than just them playing, you're actually spending time teaching them the game.
Exactly.
Okay, what is the feedback you're getting from them in terms of that?
They enjoy it because a lot of the girls want to get better. So they, for the most part, do everything they can to get better. They listen a lot.
Okay. But how many girls you have on the team this year?
We have 11 varsity players.
You probably have, what's your thought of your rotation? I look like I probably saw about 7 or 8.
About 18.
About 18. And so you got to work with the other ones to help with skill development and get them to situations that they can do to help.
Yes.
How do you handle parents who complain about their child not getting an ample amount of time that they think they should get?
First of all, the parents got to understand that we are the coaches, so we're coaching our team. Second of all, I listen to them. I don't shut them out. I listen to them, and I tell them my feedback. And thirdly, once the player gets on the court and they see exactly what we said, you don't have any problems anymore.
You won't have any problems anymore. Well, Coach, you seem to be a little firm with it. You're a little stronger than I thought you were.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Don't let the pretty smile fool you, huh? Okay. And she shake that head like, and like, I ain't playing that, all right? So we're gonna take a break, because she giving me that look like she ain't playing that. So Insights is gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back after that. I'm gonna hope I can get the smile back, because she getting that I'm the coach, I don't play kind of thing. Got the hand on her hip and everything. So I'm gonna take a break right now and get a Coke and see if she need a water or something. But Insight, we'll be right back.
Thank you. Casinos by Events is no longer here. If you want the same care, it's now known as Formals by Events. Go by there. They fit them all. They fit the big and the tall. Located in the Tallahassee Mall. It's the place to go where you know that you'll be looking sharp, where you'll be looking clean. And everybody will be wanting to know, where did you get your formal wear and your suits from? Go by there for the individual care. Vince will hook you up. He'll look after you. Formals by Vince. Tallahassee Mall.
3, 2.
Coach Cromartie said I was picking at it, and I probably was, but I was telling the truth. Behind every joke, there's some truth behind it. Coach, have you got that look you give them when they know they need to get in line?
Yes, that's the running look.
That's the running look. Was that the look you just tried to give me a minute ago?
It is.
See, that's the look right there. I hope that's on there. I hope that we captured it for you. One of the things I told Coach early when she came in and talked was, now I'm an old coach. I started in women's basketball. I also coach men's basketball. One of the things that we try to do on the show is we try to give people experiences and give them an opportunity to talk about their show, talk about their program. One of the most discouraging things that I do is the lack of interest in women coaches to promote their program. Men coaches in almost any sport, you can get them to interview, whatever you need to do, they'll sell and promote their program. I was very excited to find that it didn't take any talking her into. I asked Milan to talk to her. She said, yes, she'll do it. And that says a lot to me about the young lady sitting to my right, that she wants to grow, she wants to learn, and she wants to evolve as a coach and as a teacher and as a person. Because as her career goes on, these are things that she's going to have to do. She's going to have to be able to hold interviews, talk to people, sell her programs, sell herself. We say all the time that we tell our students that if you can get to a position where you get an interview, that's what you want, because you have to have the ability to sell yourself. Coach Cromartie can sell her program, as you've heard. Coach Cromartie, in your locker room or when you talk to them in practice, what are some of the things that you tell them every day in practice?
Oh, play through the game. Play through the game. I always tell them that. I tell them that there's going to be times when it's not going to go the way that you think, but you have to play through it. And just keep that composure. Yeah. And no attitudes at all. That kills a team.
And what do you tell them with that to try to relate it to everyday life, the classes, handling their personal challenges? You know, the young ladies that you have at that age group, they're really trying to find themselves.
Exactly.
You know, and you have to spend a lot of time nurturing them, talking to them through a litany of things that have nothing to do with basketball, but will affect. How do you handle that?
Because as a coach, you're taking on the leadership, the role as their mother, their aunt, their best friend, sometimes their worst enemy, and their motivator. So I just try to tell them, you know, it's basketball is kind of like life. A lot of things won't go the way that you expect, but determines you from everybody else is how you bounce back from it. And just let them know that things happen, but it's how you come forward from it to make sure that you're a better person. You've been able to relate some personal things that you've been through with them to be able to get to them? I have. I have not a lot of personal stuff, but some stuff we have.
What do you see with the season already upon you? What do you see as your biggest challenge between now and getting the Lakers?
Just getting better. Don't want to be complacent. Have to show them that each day is a day to get better. You got to be better than you was on Monday, better than you was on Tuesday. Just each day continue to get better so we can be the championship team we're trying to be.
If you were playing your toughest opponent, Coach, you at halftime, and you're playing your toughest opponent, you're down by 12 at halftime, and they look like crap. Hadn't played, hadn't done anything. I want you to look in that camera right there and tell them what you would tell your team. And we're going to go out on this. We want you to tell them what they need to do to get ready to play. Look there in the camera. We closing it out. Coach Cromartie is going to take us home.
Don't look at the scoreboard. Remember, you have to play 4 quarters. It's not over to the last person to the clock goes 0, 0, 0 4 times. Keep your composure. Keep playing. We will win this game.
And she put the ball down. That's a wrap. Now she broke my mic, I'm gonna send a bill to DRS, which I know won't get paid. Now you know I know, right?
Thank you. Inside Sports Talk. Inside Sports Talk. Traveling the country for the biggest stories in collegiate sports. Bringing you the news that will impact every college athlete in America. From the Ivy League to the SWAC, Big Sky to the Big Ten, Notre Dame, FAMU, Miami or Maine. No university is too big, no college too small. We tell it all. Inside Sports Talk with
Stay up to date with the latest from Insights. Visit our website at insights.com. 2 I's in the middle, INSIIGHTS.com.
Insights is a copyright of Mac4 Enterprises, a Florida corporation. This broadcast is produced under the exclusive ownership of Mac4 Enterprises and is the intellectual property and trademark of Mac4 Enterprises. The comments of the host and other individual speakers on Insights represent their independent thoughts and representation.